Welcome to another episode of the Crew Book Club podcast. Hey YouTube, what's happening? What's up? This holiday weekend was bomb.com. I hope you guys had an amazing time. Thanks for starting your Monday off with the crew. Loving the crew. Listen, what up? What's good? How you feeling? If you feeling good, keep that same energy. If you like, girl, this week was a bust. I am tired of this. I'm ready for this new year. Baby, your year don't have to start next year. It can start right now. All right? Listen. Let's get into our favorite segment. Let's do this thing. Who gonna check me, boo? God is. He is always checking us. This check comes from a sermon that my pastor preached, Tim Timberlake, right here in Jacksonville, Florida, Celebration Church. The title was Divine Dominion. The scripture that actually checked me was Luke 10:19. It said, "Behold, I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall injure you." Baby, you have power, you have authority, you have dominion, and it's not over some things or little things. It is over all things. So I need you to move as such. And that's what my pastor was saying. He had me in there like, yes. Because there are times where we struggle and we think, oh, God, you can really do this? And it's not even God. It's more so us in our faith and asking that. But we have power over all things. You hear me? And three of the points that stood out in the sermon was, God never requires you to do something without giving you the ability to do it. So if God said it, you can do it no matter what. The second one was, I am not powerless. I am powerful. You are not powerless. You are powerful. And I was just like, yeah. Like we were in there screaming it. He was like, say it. I was like, you got to say it loud. A guy looked at me. He was like, oh yeah, we hear you. I was like, I'm not playing with you, enemy. All right. The third one was, every advance in faith is an advance in revelation. So the fact that we need a small mustard seed of faith to move a mountain, imagine if you had big faith. And I was just like, yeah, we ain't moving in mustard seed faith no more. We over here moving in big faith. You feel me? So another point he said, without authority, you cannot activate power. You need it. You need authority to activate the power. Okay? So walk around here like you got authority. Because, okay, you can't activate all this power if you ain't walking around here with no authority. Sis, all right? And just know this, within you, through Christ, you have power, authority, and dominion. That message completely checks me. I want you to listen to the whole entire thing. Click the link in the section of Who Gon Check Me Boo to the sermon and check it out. All right? All right. So y'all are coming in hot this week. We on it popping. All right. So let's talk about some crew love. Please, you guys, if you haven't already was feeling this, you feeling me? I need you to leave a review right now on Apple if you're listening to Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening to Spotify, I need you to give me 5 stars as well. We ain't playing around here. Y'all gonna show me some crew love. You can also follow at the Crew Book Club on Fanbase, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay? And also, another way to show some crew love is if you're in the Jacksonville area, I would want you to come out. I want to see you there at the mastermind. Right now, it is $35 to invest in yourself, to get the play-by-play on how to be your best self and surround yourself with people who are becoming your best self. Let me tell you something. You are always becoming. And it's not little to no education to be around to gain knowledge from other people. There's always benefit to that. And let me tell you, when you're around somebody like me, we gonna grow. We don't have no choice. We ain't got no options to. You hear me? You feel me? So I would love to see you guys at the mastermind here locally in the Jacksonville area. And for the people who are not here locally, I got something coming for you, okay? Don't worry about it. You missing the in-person, but I got something for you guys coming soon, all right? All right, so let's get into the book. All right, Bamboozled by Jesus. Listen, y'all, if I'm gonna be bamboozled by anybody, Jesus, the one, okay? That's the one who could bamboozle me, not your mama, daddy, sister, cousin, friend, or you. No. But Jesus can. He has full permission to bamboozle me. And I just gotta start this chapter off. Put me in. It's Put Me In, Coach, chapter 15. Yvonne, shout out to you for a bomb behind book. I cannot tell you enough, sis. In chapter 15, she starts off, I never accept the first no someone gives me because I can't trust it. How do I know if it's a no? Because 1, they don't want to do it. 2, they don't know how to do it. 3, no one else has done it. Or 4, it's actually genuinely can't be done. Very rarely is an option 4. As far as I'm concerned, there's always another way, and I'll go down fighting until I find it. Yes, no today doesn't mean no tomorrow. And if they told you no, then I asked the wrong person. Listen, this is so good. Let me tell y'all, the people who be so quick to say no, it's half the time they really haven't done it and don't know how to do it. And so they're telling you no, that you can. So don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. You're asking the wrong person. You ever heard that saying where it's like me and God had a conversation and it wasn't a conference call? Okay. The only one who can tell you no is Jesus. My God. Okay. That's the one who can tell me no. When he said no, oh, it shut it down. It shut down. Anybody else say no? You can miss me with that. I'ma find a will in a motherfucking way. Oh, yes, I'm talking about God, and y'all. I'm still going to heaven because I said mother freaking. Okay. All right. On page 161, it says, it's above our pay grade to understand why God halts us in our tracks, even when we believe that job, that house, that relationship, or that deal is the best you will ever get. Not ever, quote unquote, no, it's meant to block your blessings. Sometimes it's there to divert you to your blessings. Ooh, this is good. There's so many times I don't heard no. I be hearing no. And it's times where I thought I heard a yes, but it ended up being a no, but it led me to something better. Like God has this way of shining a little, it's like a flashlight. I'm giving you just enough light to see your next step to guide you to where you need to go. And a lot of times we need to thank God for our no. Like, when the last time you really thought, like, thank you, Jesus, for the no? I know I have. I constantly tell him, Lord, thank you for the things that have happened, will happen, and will not happen. Because I know it's his way of protecting me. Either I'm not ready yet, or it's just not meant for me to get it that way. But at the end of the day, he is always protecting us when he says no. So we have to move as such and not get worried, not get weary, not get offended. Don't take it personal. It's to protect you if you get the no. All right. And also, it could be, like she said, directing you into the right path because you receive that no. All right. On page 162, it says, I love how Stephen Furtick put it. He said, if you can receive God's yes with praise, why don't you receive God's no with trust? Ooh, woo. Lord, I trust you. All right. What probably is making your booty tight right now is the fact that you just realized you owe God an apology for the way you treated him after he shut your plans down. Okay? God's no's can be basic as leave the party now, or as bananas as leave the company now. They won't always make sense, but like Nike, you just got to do it. You got to do it. All right? The not yet season can be incredibly frustrating. Yes, it can be. Because it's not like you're not good enough. It's not that you're not standing in faith. It's just that all the puzzle pieces haven't quite lined up yet. Yet. I can't tell you the number of times I've been ready. Like, put me in, coach, I'm ready. God was like, you might very well be ready, but the environment isn't ready for all your readiness. My God. This just came to mind. It's more, the first thought I have for this is relationships. because I feel like we can all relate to relationships. It's like that person that you want so bad, it may not even be that you won't have them. It could just be right now they're not ready for you. Like you got all this, you coming ready 100% into a relationship, and baby, they only on 50. And that could be with anything. I'm just using relationship as an example because we can all relate to that. That person can be 50% ready, and you coming in 100%, coming in hot, 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 and they like lukewarm. I don't want to be with nobody who lukewarm. I want to be with somebody who totally transparent, hot, and 100%. Because in any relationship, whether it's a husband and wife or a friendship or a business relationship, it's like we should be, I'm going to be 100 and you going to be 100, and us coming together as 100. Ooh, woo. Now that's powerful. And yes, there's always going to be work. Nothing's perfect. I'm just saying, like, you're coming in 100% ready to work, ready to put in the work. You know, certain things and traumas and triggers should be figured out as a human being. You're communicating properly. You're putting God first. Like, we here. We're connected. We don't just have chemistry, baby. We are one. We are connected. And this goes for anything. Anything. Okay? All right? So let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. On page 163, it says, if you're a doer like me, you probably lose your mind in the not yet season because they require a level of patience that we're not accustomed to. Oh, God, tell me about it. But it's peace, be still, not peace, be hustling. Relax yourself, boo. God doesn't need your help. He needs your participation. There's a difference. Help means that through your effort, you can make a meaningful difference. Ooh, that's your ego wanting to be in control. That's your ego wanting to be in control. And I'm going to add my little 2 cents. That's also society. Okay? The standard that society puts on is hustle, 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 hustle. Sleep. You sleep when you dead. Like, no. Check yourself. Okay? We ain't working like that. We ain't operating on that. Oh my gosh. And my pastor just preached that today about needing rest and how you can rest in your greatness. You know what I'm saying? Rest. He was like, oh gosh. He said, don't rest in your restlessness. Rest in God's greatness. Or God, let your rest be in God. It was something like that, but it was really profound and dope. But I just want to say in my own words, don't you worry about it. You rest and let God do the rest. Ooh, and that's going to be my 2 cents, okay? All right. So on page 166, I'm going to fast forward. And she ends it on chapter 15 on this. Listen. Life is guaranteed to throw a rack of no's your way. But you have the audacity and the authority to push back when others try to set limitations on your expectations. Woo, my. There go that word authority, audacity, and the authority. That's an AA meeting I'm down with, okay? Audacity and authority, baby. Okay? Let's get into chapter 16. Focus on your focus. Baby, won't you focus on me? Hey. Let me stop. Sidetrack. I would get so sidetracked, y'all. Okay. So instead of focusing on mainstream rooms I was denied access to, I made the best of the rooms that embraced me and prepared me for what God already prepared for me. Listen, I ain't focused. Like, I'm only gonna, what's the saying that we always say now? It's like, I want to go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. Baby, okay, check. Mate. All right, you don't have to like me. I'm gonna go somewhere where people do. Hootie hoo. Okay, on page 170, it says, hear me when I say that I'll serve you better to stop trying to hustle man your way in and simply focus on perfecting your craft. When Peter was about to walk on water, he didn't say, Lord, if it's really you, command me to try to come to you. Nah, he just stuck his foot in the deep end and walked. So I'm going to tell you like Yoda told Luke Skywalker, try not, do, or do not. There is no try. There is no try, sis. We're going to do. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. All right? Okay. On page 171. Oh, I'm sorry. On page 172, it says, what I lacked in luxury, though, I made up for in creativity. I pulled out pieces in my closet and added specialized touches to them, like an oh, wait, I'm sorry, y'all. Rewind. I forgot to set y'all up on a story. I forgot to set y'all up. My bad. Go back to page 171. When you focus on what you focus on will expand and will either enlarge your territory or deflate your drive. That is so, so, so true. So it's just like, let's focus on the things that could happen and not the things that might not happen. All right? And then I want to set this story up, the one I started reading earlier. Okay, she was like, we have to work with what we have. She had the Molly, when she was auditioning for Molly, she needed to prepare for a high-end attorney, right? So y'all, hopefully y'all seen the show, Insecure. I hope. And if you haven't, please go watch, okay? Because this is the girl that plays Insecure of the book we're reading. So basically, she had to audition for Molly. And at the time, Yvonne, she didn't have this high-end lifestyle. She didn't have access to these type of clothes. And so she did what she needed to do. She used what she had. And I'm going to say this. It's not about how much clothes cost. Y'all ever see them people who have on designer this and that but be looking a hot mess? I was at homecoming, and this man had on all this. I ain't saying like Coach the highest high end, but Coach is a higher end brand than most. Okay, so don't be acting like you don't like Coach. Okay, don't be one of the people. Now I'm not saying that you. Okay, that's a whole nother story. But Coach is not a bad brand. I like Coach. I be seeing people frown. Ooh, Coach. Like, child, stop acting. Sit down. That's like saying, oh, I never shop at Walmart. You lie. You don't been to Walmart. Unless you Paris Hilton, you probably never been to Walmart. But most people have been to a Walmart because it's convenient. But anyway, sidetrack, side's the point. So she used what she had. And this is where the setup of what I was starting to read on page 172. It says, what I lacked in luxury, though, I made up for in creativity. I pulled out pieces in my closet and added specialized touches to them, like a print pocket square from a thrift store blazer, my tree, which became a topic of this conversation. To set it off, I figured every good lawyer needed a signature briefcase. Yeah, I didn't have that either, but I did have a uniquely shaped overnight bag that I repurposed to be my briefcase. As Teddy Roosevelt famously said, do what you can with what you've got, where you are, and that was the best I could do with what I had. And by the grace of God, it was just going to have to be enough. I love that. So that was the setup for that. You see what I'm saying? Like, she went into her closet, used what she had, made it her own, and used creativity to get where she needed to go. We have everything we absolutely need, okay? Take me, for example. I am in my office where this is a couch that I had from our last apartment that we put here. And I use what I had. I don't have a fancy studio. I don't have the money to do all of that. I don't have someone producing, and I don't have extra bread to have edited. I use what I got. I got $100 mic with my laptop I already have, and a ring light off of Amazon that I paid, I think $40 for. Like, I use what I have, and you gotta use what you have. Y'all killing me with these excuses. Y'all killing me with this. Well, I got this, and da-da-da. And I know I can hear somebody right now. Well, I got 3 kids. You don't have no 3 kids. It's an excuse. We make time for what we want to make time for. We do what we put our mind to, what we want to put our mind to. Okay? You'll go quit into debt for things that's not even bringing you value or peace. Okay? If you really want something, you'll do it. You'll find a way to do it. That's how we are. So when I hear you say, I want this, but you already starting off with an excuse. All right? So use what you already have, sis. Do not overthink it. Get out your head. I'm a victim. I get on my own. I get in my head too. But I also surround my people that help keep me out of my head. All right. I accept being accountable, and I also welcome accountability as well. All right. And that's why the mastermind, I'm trying to tell you. We're going to have people in the building bettering ourselves. And what better way to do that being around people who ready to do that. And that's going to hold you accountable. Because you don't want to be the person coming into the room and don't have your together. All right? We don't like looking a hot mess. All right? This is another good point she makes on page 173 in chapter 16. Focus on your focus. Nothing hurts more than being shut down by Jesus himself. But Martha was doing what most of us do when we don't own our choices or value discredit someone else's. The most valuable thing you can bring to any situation, relationship, or opportunity is your whole entire confident and secure self. No one can do you better than you, boo, but that also means you can't do anyone else better than them either. The minute you try to focus on someone else's focus, you've lost your magic. When we envy what others have, we essentially requesting a do-over with God because apparently he didn't get it right the first time. The good book says that we've all been given specialized gifts, okay? Your talent is not irrelevant just because someone else's gifts gets more shine. Woo! This is so good because I love podcasts and I listen to podcasts. And there's things that I grab from ones that I like and created it and made it my own. Now, I hear people say, well, listen to other book clubs, da-da-da-da-da. That's cool, but sometimes you don't want to bog yourself down or follow certain people because then you'll find yourself comparing, trying to do too much of what they're doing, and then you're not being your authentic self and using your gifts that God bless you to do you. So, and I know this might be not the most popular thing to say, but don't follow someone who's doing exactly what you're doing all the time, because then you can get caught up in what they're doing while they're so successful, and then you start to lose focus on what you should be doing and how you should be doing. Oh, but look, they did it like this. Maybe I should do it like this. And now you're stubbing your creativity trying to look like somebody else's, and now you're not original. Whew. Yes, so stop overly comparing, and by doing that, stop following all the people who are doing the same thing you're doing so you can use your own creativity and focus on your focus. Okay? You feel me? That was a lot. Okay, we're going to hit page 174 of chapter 16. It says this: I've had to check myself when I felt myself getting jealous or feeling inferior to someone else's good break. What I discovered is that those feelings are insufficiently point back to the lack of gratitude. When you're grateful for what we have, we become content with who we are. And when we're content with who we are, we're able to show up confidently as our full selves. Okay? So, to counteract that comparison, to counteract focusing on someone else's focus, go back and check yourself and be thankful for where you're at the point you're at in your life. Have some gratitude, and that will help you be able to show up more confidently and being your full self. You are uniquely and specially made, okay? You are you, and nobody can do you like you can do you. So focus on your focus, okay? We're going to end chapter 16 right here on this note. I think we covered it all. Oh, I did like this scripture that she had. Proverbs verse 4:25 through 26. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshow directions, and the road will stretch out smooth before you. In other words, focus on your focus. Hey, that was such a good 2 chapters in this book. You know, chapter 15, put me in, coach. In chapter 16, focus on your focus. Yvonne Orji, you killing it in this book, Bamboozled by Jesus. Now, I have to tell you this before we get to our next segment of our show. Gloria treats. My. I hope whoever ordered for the holidays, your people enjoyed her treats. Okay? Because I know I love those chocolate covered pretzels. I need some more pretzel sticks. That's the ones I want to do next. Because I did the whole pretzels at the meet and greet and they were so delicious. I love a good chocolate covered pretzel. But she also does brownies, cupcakes, strawberries, and more. You can even get it personalized. I would definitely grab her way before Christmas. Put your order in because she understands rest and family time. So you want to get your order in. And you can actually get 20% off your order if you use the promo code CREWLOVE at gloriatreats.com. That is GLORIOR treats with an S.com. And when you go to checkout, click the promo code, type in the promo code CREWLOVE to get your dizzy counts. Okay? Thank you, Gloria Treats, for sponsoring part of this episode. I really, really appreciate you. Okay, so let's get into the challenge of the week. Yes, the challenge of the week is, you should know it, I done said it enough, focus on your focus. Yes, a lot of my listeners are women who want more in life. I get it, y'all. We want more. Whatever that more is, I want you to focus on doing it the way God wants you to do it, okay? And when you find your thoughts taking you down mental sabotage, remember this from page 146. We gotta trade in whatever thoughts are leading us to dead ends for those that get us to our expected end, okay? Let me read it again. We gotta trade in whatever thoughts are leading us to dead ends for those that get us to our expected ends. Do you feel me? Okay? Don't compare yourself to anyone. I want you to focus on your focus. Okay? If you gotta go unfollow, I don't care if you have to unfollow me. If you're trying to launch a podcast about books and you need to unfollow me, go do that because you ain't gonna do it like me. Nope, bitch, you can't do it like me. Nope, bitch, you can't do it like me. Okay? So go focus on your focus. You a bad bitch. Okay? My people from the South know. My people from the South know what bit means. If you don't know, look it up. Urban Dictionary, BIH. Okay? All right. So let's get into what would the crew do? What would the crew do? Need advice? You can email at the Crew Book Club, or you can DM on our social media platforms, Fanbase, Instagram, or TikTok at the Crew Book Club, and I will answer your advice here right on the pod. All right, so the advice is, oh wait, I gotta read y'all the question. This one was actually emailed to me. Hey, the new year is coming up and I am not ready. I feel like there's so much I want to accomplish, but I can't seem to get the motivation to do anything. What are some ways or books I can read to help me get motivated? Okay, I'm going to stop you right here. Can't. Okay, so you're already speaking into existence what you can't do. All right? Let's say I am going to get motivated. I'm going to be motivated. I have an affirmation that I say every morning. It says, I wake up motivated to be consistent. Motivation isn't always do. It's just like, okay, let me do this today. Let me do this tomorrow. Let me do this. Let me do a little bit at a time, but it's more so of just being consistent. I'm going to tell you something. It don't have to be perfect. All right. So try not to focus so much on motivation. Focus on being consistent at what you do, okay? And let go of it being perfect. And don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and how you can utilize that to do what you need to do, okay? Now, the book part, I would say Fear is My Hobo by Judy Hollow, because I feel like a lot of times we get unmotivated is because we're allowing fear to take over. And if you embrace fear as your homeboy, read that book and it'll make you pivot on how you look at things. Also, The Obstacle is the Way by Ron Holiday, because baby, anything you do will not be easy. Okay? So you're going to have to realize the obstacle is the way. Okay? And lack of motivation is an obstacle, but that's the way you gotta go so you can focus on being consistent. I also recommend doing a brain dump and focusing on God's plan and not yours. All right? All right? My pastor said something that hit me, and he asked him, a man had asked him, what should I do to be successful? And his response was, what God wants you to do. All right? Because God will provide all the people and the resources it takes to be successful. All right? It's not about you and what you want to do. It's about fulfilling God's purpose for you. All right? And if you're like, girl, I'm so tired of talking about God, well, this is the wrong podcast for you. Sorry. I'm just telling you how it has helped propel me. Once I focus on what God wants, everything passed. Because let me tell you, if what I wanted, I would have been singing on the stage. I would have been acting, becoming, and getting Oscars and stuff. But that ain't what God wanted for me. He probably already knew because I would have been out here in these streets. Okay? So the book recommendations are there, but I want you to pivot your mind and stop saying I can't do something to I'm going to do this by doing this and making actionable tasks. And if you're struggling with this and you're in Jacksonville, Florida, you need to be at the mastermind because I'm going to change the way you think. All right? All right. So before we end the episode, you already know I got to give you the quote of the week. The quote of the week is on page 177 of our book, Bamboozled by Jesus. It says, let's end this chapter with this quote from this book. Psych. It don't say that. I wrote it in my notes. It says, if you're only focused on what's popular, you're going to miss out on doing what's purposeful. Do you hear me? If you are only focusing on what's popular, you're going to miss out on doing what's purposeful. A lot of us are out here doing things that society tells us to do because it's based on a financial gain. And you're struggling. That's probably why this last person who asked me for advice is struggling with motivation, because she doing other things that other people are telling her she should be doing instead of focusing on what God is telling her to focus on. Okay, but once you do that, God will give you all the energy in the world to stay consistent. You feel me? All right, so that was the quote of the week and a sprinkle of advice at the end. Thank you for tuning in to the Crew Book Club podcast. Holla at your girl next week. I will be here. Ow.